Welcome to Duke's United show. And Man United have stolen it at the death with that man Garnacho once again saving us from flipping, drawing and losing pace against all the other teams. So very, very happy, Garf, that we got the win. Not so happy with the performance in the end. We kind of lost a bit of control over the game for the second half. But how did you feel overall for yourself for that one?
I'm on exactly the same wavelength as you, mate. I'm actually quite disappointed with the performance generally. We look tired. We look leggy. We've got to start putting away we'll get into it in depth in a minute. We've got to start converting these chances, man, against these teams. We've got to. Our decision making, they're talking about it on the commentary. Our decision making is poor. I've been saying that for a while now. But listen, it's static because we needed them 3 points for exactly what you just said. Otherwise, we're now still in that top four race completely. We're game in hand. But we got level 1 points with Spurs. We win that point behind Newcastle. So it needed 3 points, man. The boy Garnacho, it can do no wrong at the moment, can he? So
he's killing it, man. And I just don't want to hear anything about him and his attitude in this. I don't want to hear nothing. All I want to know is that the guy is a beast. The guy is a pace merchant, and exactly what we wanted in Dan James, we've got in Garnacho. Simple as that. And funnily enough, Dan James has to score against his own team, as I said.
Yeah, but like I said in the group, mate, that is pure Dan James, that goal, man. Almost missed it from a yard. You know what I mean? Yeah. If that ball ricochets off David De Gea's shin somewhere else, he don't score that, man. And that's Dan James has got the pace. And he's got he has got a lovely pass into the box, but that is literally it on that player. You know what I mean? Garnacho, man.
Yeah. But Garnacho's got a bit of this in there.
No, he's got everything, man. Yeah.
He started running, and I knew he's going to pop it inside. And then he's going to keep running, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's outpaced him and got to the other end, and then nicely finished it as well. You have to have the calmness to be able to finish that. And it's not easy when you're running at full pace, and you're like, people just hit the ball like the keepers and stuff like that, but he just slotted that home so nicely. I was so happy. Yeah. I was having problems getting to actually watch the show, to be fair. Watch the game, because my Sky wasn't working properly. So I went on my Fire Stick.
Yeah.
It was finished. It was all over the place. Slow. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, got the win. All that matters is we went down. And you know what's even more weird? Why are the two best players on the pitch the players that we just didn't like on the pitch for Fulham? Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Pereira was good, and Dan James comes on and bangs a goal. And he starts ripping people like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, man.
No, he was still doing Dan James stuff, though. This what,
exactly.
He was still falling over. Pereira, mate, he's been good all season, in fairness, mate. He's been doing well for Fulham all season, and I'm pleased for him as well, because he was one of them players that we all loved him at Man United, but he was never quite good enough to bust into that team. You know what I mean? Just one step behind. You know what I mean? He was there, just not quite. So I'm pleased he's at a Premier League team, and I'm pleased he's doing well, mate. But and to be fair, that fella in the middle of the park, the Brazilian they've got as well, Paulina, he had a mega game, mate. Like I know it's only one game, but if I watch more of him playing like that, that's the sort of player I'm talking about as a backup defensive midfielder to Casemiro, mate. You know what I mean? Like that sort of But I haven't seen enough of him to make that call yet, to be fair. So. Yeah.
It's a great win. On a day where Newcastle the other day, won, beat Chelsea, and we don't want to lose ground on the Spurs and the Chelseas of this world. I know we probably will end up struggling and losing points, considering our position right now in terms of who we've got. But you know what? Ten Hag seems to keep pulling it out, man. Even with the injuries, he continues to have new problems every week. And he continues to do the right things. He's just doing really, really well. And I'm really, really just happy that he's doing the job during this process. Because most people, they lose too many games during this process. That's why they get thrown out. But United, we're doing well. It's Paulinho. He's Portuguese, mate.
Oh, is he? Do you know what? I thought he was Brazilian. Yeah, I thought he was Brazilian, mate.
He's done well, man. He's done really well. Like I said, it was going to be a tight, tough game. And I knew we weren't going to be keeping a clean sheet. But score right now, Gar.
I got one of them. When he scored as well. I was going to message you and be like, "Here we go, mate. That's double bubble today, fella. 3-0." But you're talking about Ten Hag there. Like, I won't lie, man. I was disappointed with his first substitution today. I really was. They were talking about it on commentary, and I thought the same thing immediately. Like, you cannot be trying to secure a 1-0 win against any Premier League team with 30 minutes on the ball. You can't, man. You like, it just ain't happening. And I hope he's learned his lesson there, big time,
well,
quickly.
he did, didn't he? This is what he did straight away. I was sitting there going, why is he not bringing Garnacho on for Elanga?
Yeah,
like,
weird.
Why?
Yeah.
And then the minute we let the goal in, he brings Garnacho on. The minute I was saying we better bring on Garnacho, and straight away I see the thing up, and he straight away done it. So that's what I'm saying. It's like he made the decision. Yes, Raj. Hello, Nathan. Well done. Good win. Exactly.
Yeah.
So look, he done the right things in game. He made the right decision. Won the game, and that's it.
Yeah.
We can only look at what happened in the end and judge him based on what's actually happened from what he's doing. And that's hard because we're basically judging after the events happened and saying, has your moves actually worked out well for you? You know, for him, he has to do it before he knows what's going to happen. So, you know what?
Yeah, no, I know he come from Nath, but let's be fair about this, man. If Garnacho and Eriksen hadn't pulled off, I know he made the sub, but if they haven't pulled off an individual bit of brilliance, the reason we're 1-1 is 100% because that sub. Fernandes cannot play right wing. Like, he cannot play there. He gives the ball around the right flank. Malacia, we'll get into that. I feel sorry for the boy. I do feel sorry for the boy because he got burnt up today. He got burnt up today. And we would be having a different conversation. So I know exactly where you're coming from. I agree with you. He made the right call in the end. But that first call could have cost us, man. It was far too defensive. It was far too pragmatic.
You're just thinking, what are we doing here? Like, who's
why? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean, man. So I get you. But RH is saying, get some FIFA practice in. We both. We were playing.
You ain't the only two.
Night. We had a tournament, and my cousin just came and smashed everyone and won the World Cup as well. I got to the finals World Cup. We lost against him as well. So but look, anyone wants some of it, I'm having it. Don't worry, I'm not.
I don't want none of it. I put my username up here a little while ago. Don't come and play me because you're going to beat 7-0. I'm absolute trash at FIFA at the moment. Like I'm in League 6 and I just can't get a win, man.
I've got to League 6, by the way. I was in League
5. Oh, you are there?
Yeah.
Are you down in 6? Are you? No, I didn't get past it, mate. I didn't get past it, bro. Yeah, cheers, Raj, man. Cheers, bro.
But okay, let's get straight into these player ratings then. We're going to start with the big man in goal, of course. David De Gea, what are you saying? What are you giving him?
Straight 7, mate. Straight 7. People might forget those 2 outstanding saves that he pulled off in this game. Yeah. So it's a straight 7 for him. Again, he's been playing really well, coming out his box. You saw him move up the pitch. His passing is better. I've got no complaints. Yeah, no complaints with the at the moment.
He did very well. He's just back to what he should be, isn't it? He's like no mistakes guy, doing what he needs to do on the floor, kicking the ball out when he needs to, and saving very vital shots. Like, he made some point blank saves today as well. And I was happy with that. Really, really happy. Even Paulo Miguel's giving him an 8.
I can see it. Yeah. It's a high 7 from me, 100%. Like, he had a great game again.
Good, that's good. Yeah. Very good. At least we're all on the same page, in and around the same numbers. So we're going to the man who was put in at right back. He worked hard. He tried his best. Didn't have the best of games, did he, Garf?
No. Listen, if this was a natural right back who'd played there and had this performance, we're talking 3 or 4s. I'm going 5 because he's out of position.
Oh my!
And he was out of his depth there, man. We both thought he could play there. But as Gary Neville was saying on commentary, man, it is a real difference from right back to left back. If you are, from left back to right back, if you're completely left-footed like he is, you're not used to taking a man on your right shoulder. You used to, take, I mean, everything that goes with it. Yeah, 5. He had let's be fair about it, a really rough time out there today.
William was having his day with him. He's having his way. You know, with that jink, he's a madman with that jink inside, and you can't stop it. And especially when his body is trying to. That's what I mean. What you mean when he's left-footed and he's
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's done the inside. And he's like, I don't normally turn like this. I know. So Malacia awful today. So many people saying good liability today. Yeah, he wasn't the best.
Is there people saying he was good? In today's game, James? Because they weren't watching this. They weren't watching the same game as me.
I think he got better. Yeah. But he still wasn't good enough, was it? He worked hard. His tenacity is still there, but again, he got done. He got done over a bit too many times, and when you get beat and then the ball can get played in, that's you losing your battle with your player. So for me, he didn't have the best of games. Definitely a 5. Actually, the lowest score in here, along with another 5 that I've got. So I've got Malacia on the 5s. So let's get him off.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Next man is Lindelof.
It's one of them again. It's a straight 6 for Lindelof again this week, and I think that'll be his score forever, pretty much, unless he scores or something, mate. You know, I mean, he's just a steady Eddie. He does the job well. He's much better without Maguire next to him because he can concentrate on his own game. So yeah, it's just a straight 6, man. Like he didn't do anything wrong as I can remember off the top of my head. A couple of battles he won, a couple of like shoulder to shoulder battles he won perfectly. So yeah, that's a straight 6 for Lindelof.
Nothing more to really say. It's just like one of the games, like no frills games, done all right.
Yeah.
Always gonna do what you ask for him, like do a job for you. So yeah, it's it's like one of those O'Shea kind of players, but I think O'Shea's better than him. I think O'Shea would have definitely been a better player than him. But look, he's done the job. He's filling the hole, what we need, and he's doing his job. He's a 6. Simple as that. Comment says, all over social saying he was 7+. No chance.
No way, mate. No.
Goals always coming. Lindelof 7 for me, to be honest. I can see where you're coming from,
James.
Yeah,
I can see it, man.
Again, 7-6. It doesn't really matter too much. Martinez, what are you giving this guy?
Do you know what? Again, he's still great. He still played well, but this is a 6. It's higher than Lindelof, but it is still a 6 for me. Oh, you're going straight 5. There you go, then, man. Like, you thought we had a bad game, then? God, take it away, mate.
Look. The thing is, is he had a good game in spells where he's tight on man, he's slide tackling and winning. But when you've got the experience that you've got, when you come up against pace, you shouldn't be getting paced, because that's what Dan James used to do for us. And he comes up against players that are nowhere near as fast as him, they would have him in his pocket because they know how to handle that. But Martinez, I can't have him getting paced out. He's got to use his body in a way where James can't get to him, And he's got to silence him. And because he done that to him twice on the trot, and he come up him and he just pushed it and he's gone. I know he didn't do anything after. He got back and he was in position.
Yeah, I know he can't.
One of the times he paced him and put the ball in again, and I'm like, look, I don't want to see that. You had the chance to body him. You couldn't body him. I'm not having that. You're getting a 5 today.
Yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from, mate. I definitely can. I mean, I am going 6. I mean, that one that he got paced by Dan James, that was Lindelof again clearing it out, weren't it? So maybe, you know what, mate? I can see what James is coming. Maybe Lindelof was a 7, to be fair, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Paul, 100%. Like, we do have to start playing better. But no, I do know I think Dan James is a bit of an exception because, like, if you go on the stats that everyone talks about, he's the fastest player in the Premier League, mate. You know what I mean? By a long,
it's how you use your pace, and
I know what you're saying.
To do that for us, and I don't like the fact that, because remember watching his highlights when he was playing for Swansea, he was absolutely pacing everyone out in the lower leagues, and I was thinking, man, if he comes here and does that, I would love it. And every time he used to just get it and just run for the hills, and then you just know where to go, and you already got a head start, and he ain't going to cut inside, is he, on the right?
I know what you're saying. I see where you're coming from,
Puts the ball in. You know what he's going to do, so don't get done. Maybe it's his first time coming up against him, and you might be able to give him a blind, but still, I'm still thinking, Martinez, you are what you are. We call you the butcher for a reason. Butcher him next time. Simple. Don't let him in. 5, I'd say, about right for Martinez. Exactly.
Was he carrying a yellow, Nath? Was he carrying a yellow in that second half? I don't think he was he? Because I'm looking for an excuse here for him, mate. You know what I mean? There isn't one. There isn't one.
Simple as that. He's getting a 5 along with Malacia. That's the only I'm giving a 5 today. But Shaw, what are you telling me about Shaw? What do you think?
Shaw's a 6 as well. And none of our defence was exceptional today. You're going straight. I was about to say it's a high 6. Shaw is good, man. There's no two ways about it. His passing ability is really good coming out the back. His crossing ability, like I said, he's the only one outside of Casemiro, Fernandez and Eriksen that can actually put in a good, decent curling cross as well, man. So, yeah, I can see 7. I'm going 6, though, but, yeah, I can definitely see a 7.
Yeah, I think he done really, really well. He's keeping the ball. His recovery runs was all there today. Everything he needed to do was right. Every time he had the chance to put the ball in, he put the ball in behind the defence as well. And it was with quality. No one could really get behind him. He did well, man. He did very well. Right. So I'm very, very happy with what his performance was, especially it's away from home as well. It's not easy to go to these places and be calm. Like one time the ball was in the air and he was going to clear it and he just brought it down, Cruyffed it and played it nicely to Martinez. That's cool. Composure on the ball in the right times when you need to have it. And, we were under pressure at that point. Luke Shaw on the ball, superb. Yep, exactly. Yep. Bad day at the office for Martinez, exactly, Paul. Totally right there. So we're all pretty much on the same page so far. Yeah. So that's good. We're going with the Casemiro now. Let me get him up. Let me get Casemiro up. Yeah, Casemiro. What are you telling me?
This is one of the ones where if you ain't watching, and I'm not saying not paying attention, but if you ain't watching every second of his game, like I wasn't, you could easily give him a 6 here. I'm actually going to 7 because I had a look back over it just before we came on. And his passing, there you go. His passing ability unlocks stuff for us, Nathan. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. Like, yeah, he gives the ball away a little bit because he's not the quickest.
Yeah.
In that role, you saw it with Pogba all the time as well. And the difference between him and Pogba is he will fight to make sure that ball doesn't go anywhere. If it's bring a man down, if it's just to disrupt it. Whereas Pogba would throw up his arms and leave it. You know what I mean? But yeah, his passing, man. There you go. Yeah, his passing is a joke, and we needed it so badly. And that money we spent on him, everyone was laughing at us for. You're starting to see why. He is one of the best, if not the best, in his position in the world. Yeah. So
this is the thing, Garf. Like, you know, with someone like this in your side, you know, when you're rattled, he ain't gonna be rattled. When you lose the ball and you're getting pressure on you, then you get the ball. He can get it and just pass it like he's always been playing. And that's why even there was times where he was like, "Give me the ball, man, in between here, so I can find this guy." I know what I'm doing. Like, just give it me. I don't care if these people are trying to pressure me. I'm used to this. This is what I play in. Like, don't worry about me. And that's the difference between him and any of the other defense midfielders. We don't actually have another defensive midfielder, do we?
No, yeah, exactly, yeah.
He's like what Carrick used to do for us, like, but obviously a bit more of a brute and a bit more of a battler. But he's got the ranges, man, and you need that in the side. And early on in the first half, you can see we were popping balls around, and it was just people keeping it clean and simple. Eriksen was nice and simple. Casemiro was doing it simple. Bruno even was doing it. So yeah, I was just happy, man. Bye, guys. Off to the World Cup. Oh, Harry. See you later. See you back when you get back.
Yeah, we'll discuss whether you should be there or not another time because we ain't got an hour and a half to get through it, Harry. You know what I mean?
Bye, bro. Right, let's go straight on to the next man here, Mr. Eriksen, who gets his first goal. Is it? It's his first goal, Eriksen, right?
That's his first goal for United, mate. Yeah, a real goal. Did he score in pre-season? No, he didn't. So yeah, it's his first goal, man. It's an 8. It's a straight 8. Man of the match, 100% for me. Goal and assist. Mate, that assist for that assist, bro. Honestly, mate, that assist for Garnacho at the end's an 8 for me, mate.
I forgot all about that. What am I doing? I'm giving him a 7. I think
he's not. I'm not changing his mind here.
I think he's done well. I liked what he did. Yeah, go on.
100%, man. Like you just said, you basically said what he did. He was calm. He was collective. He plays the simple balls nice. He plays the wonder balls nice. And you can I stick with what I said about that game a few weeks ago where I thought he was slowing us down. But since then, he's done... It must have been like he watched us, mate, because he's done everything to prove me wrong. He's done everything to prove me wrong, bruv. You know what I mean?
Just on our side, he is like, listen, Dave, thanks, man. Thanks for backing me. I'll prove the Garf next game. Don't worry about it.
Everything. Because honestly, he was our key man today. He's definitely man of the match, in my opinion.
He probably was.
I don't think he did anything wrong, Dave. Honestly, I can't think of one moment where I was disappointed with what he did. All of his passes were on point. And he's just got the vision, man. It's a bit like we're saying about Casemiro. That vision is what we needed for so long in the centre of the park, bruv. So,
yeah, without him, it's a massive difference, to be fair. There's no one else that can do that kind of stuff as well.
No, not in the centre, no.
Yeah, we've now got 2 players like, obviously, the player like Casemiro and a player like Eriksen, which makes a massive difference to us being able to build attacks. It really makes a massive difference. So, Eriksen on point today. I don't know why I haven't even put you down as man of the match. Maybe I'm just a bit gassed right now about but yeah, Eriksen, maybe you are an 8. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, no, it's 2 versus 1.
Yeah, he ain't going to be happy now, Nathan. He might have been happy with you last week, fella, but now he's going to be throwing his boots around the changing room, mate. A 7? What have I got to do? Go and assist.
Sorry, Eriksen, I'm very sorry, mate. I'm going to give you an 8. And you know what? You are the star man, mate. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you star man as well. It's only fair, innit? It's only fair to give this.
You could. I don't know if you had it as Garnacho, but you could easily give it to Garnacho on the hype of what just happened.
I have. I did give it to you as well. Because Garnacho's come on and said, "Listen, Gaffer, you don't even want to play me after I did that." All right, then.
I know. Yeah.
We're drawing, yeah. Okay, cool, no problem. I'll go and get.
Let me show you.
Let me. You want me to do it next week as well? Okay, I'll do it. So we move on to Mr. Bruno Fernandes.
That's FIFA. Where's that come from? Is that every time I hear it, I'm like, who's Fernandes? For goodness sake. God, did they not get his rights or something on FIFA? My word. Listen, for me this week it is a 6. It's a very high 6, man, for Bruno, but it is a 6, man. I know why people get frustrated going, I know why people get frustrated with him. I understand it, but I think too often people highlight all of the bad, and because you've got that in your brain, you forget the good things he's done in the game. We are a much weaker team. We're a much weaker team without him in there. I think his energy, his bite, his aggression, his willingness, the same as Casemiro. That's what his willingness to be open for the ball, no matter who's around him or where he is. Yes. His decision making can be very poor sometimes, which is why he's got a 6 today, because too often he made the wrong decision. But I think more often than not, he makes the right decision in big games for us. So, 6.
You know what? I'm so happy with him now. You know, even if he plays a 6 now, and it's because of, you know, him being quiet or misplacing a pass, it's so much better than the stupid flicks that he used to do, which I used to get upset about. Nobody, and he stopped that now. He's really been comfortable in possession a lot, and it's just things that don't come off at times, which will make him have a quiet game. So you know what? I've not got any bad word to say about Bruno Fernandes. It's just he's done well. He's done well. But look, you're gonna have quiet games, so you're getting a 6 from me.
And he isn't getting that assist today because of the rules of how it works. But that is an assist for Eriksen's goal. You know, that is an assist. Again, he ain't going to go down as a stat, but we've done it here.
But King Eric says Eriksen is perfect for what we need right now, but in the long run we'll need an upgrade. Of course, because he's 30, isn't he? So we are going to definitely need someone who's younger that can play for the next 10 years in that position. You know, so if we can get, that's the kind of De Jong kind of thing, isn't it? I would have thought De Jong would be that kind of player. It seems to me that he's a similar type of player, but obviously...
Get that name out of your mouth, nice. Get it
out. No, the type of player.
I'm playing,
But the type of player that we need, that's a replacement for Eriksen, isn't it? So, yeah.
But listen, Eriksen's only 30, and I'll put this to you. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, they're in their late 30s, man, and they're still doing bits, man. I say you've got 3 or 4 years of Eriksen being able to do this for us, I think, and before it becomes...
better, don't we? We do want to get someone who's better.
Well, this one's going to get better than Eriksen right now. Like you're talking about the Frankie de Jongs. You're talking about the varieties of the. You're talking about the best of the best. So if you're saying that, King Eric, then I agree with you. Yeah, we can get an upgrade on Eriksen. That's a player. That's a baller, mate. So, but I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't think we need to be too worried. I know you said the long run. In the short term, the next couple of years, I think we've got enough in the tank with Eriksen there before you have to start worrying.
Yeah. Point, Garf. This is why I wouldn't mind. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't mind having Donny van der Beek still in the squad.
Yeah.
Because if Eriksen gets tired and he's not playing, you know, if he needs someone to come in, I think that Donny can come in and do a job in that position rather than
100%.
I don't want to see him in the 10, to be fair. I know he might have played for Ajax in the 10, but I can't see how I'm looking at the game thinking. I remember when Carrick took over and he put him straight in the 10 in that Champions League game. And I didn't know why he did that either, because I was thinking, isn't he like the number 8? Like, isn't he like an 8?
He's a CM.
That's his best position, man, an 8. He ain't a 10 to me. But he maybe can fill in them positions. But again, I don't mind him being a squad player that can come in and do a job on another day. So
no, exactly, man. And listen, everyone who watches us knows we both agree on this. We both think that Donny van der Beek's still got something to give to this Man United team in the long run. So yeah,
exactly. So glad we got the win to take us to the into the World Cup.
100%.
Bruno didn't do enough. Exactly why we gave him a 6, mate. Exactly. Straight on to Mr. Alanga.
Yeah, very quiet game from Alanga, in my opinion. From what I'm trying to remember, 6. It is a 6 for Alanga. It is a 6, man. Yeah, I was about to give him a 7 out of generosity, but it's a 6, man. It is a 6 before. Listen, you said it. Honestly, Dave, this is one of your best takes you ever made. You saw Alanga after the first game. Everyone was hyping him up. You're like, mate, that's a squad player. You said it to me. You said it live, and you stuck by it, man. And he is. He's a great squad player. Don't get me wrong. It's a great option to have Alanga coming off the bench. He's got pace. He's actually got a bit of power for a winger as well. He's quite tall. He's quite stocky. But he can't be starting ahead of Garnacho anymore. Like, unless you're telling me Garnacho cannot play on that right wing, same as Rashford, which means we've got another problem again with this. Like, everyone wants to play on the left-hand side, you know what I mean? Then Garnacho
looks like a jinker because he comes in off the right, off the left. He comes in very nicely, and he also takes you down the line very nicely. And he fakes crosses with both feet, and he can score with his left as well. Yeah. So I can't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to jink inside and then come inside and dribble and kill you. or go down the line. So yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fool myself. I worry about us if we don't strengthen in January. You know, we do need to strengthen. We know that. And we're looking at where we will. I think we'll probably get a Gakpo in. He looks more the most likely guy that we're going to get in, and he can play all across. Anyone injured, up front. Injured on the right, get in. Injured on the left, get in. So imagine that. We're then going to have a whole load of options on the wing play and up front. So yeah.
I mean, do you really think so? I just feel like we don't need Gakpo. Everything we need, like that, is the last. Yeah, I know that's. But we said this about Donny van der Beek, mate. We said the same thing about Donny van der Beek about getting him because he's cheap. Like when you think of Gakpo, you're talking at the moment. We've got Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho. Before that, that's the four main ones, bro.
You know why?
And then you've got Dallo out of Sunderland, ripping up at Sunderland as well. Dallo, he's ripping up at Sunderland, mate. Like, so there's 5 already. Before you start talking about the Alangas of this world, before you start talking about anyone else, unless you're talking about him through the centre, guaranteed, then I don't see why we buy him. Reason
why is because he's more of a goal threat than these other guys. He'll score goals with less chances. That's what we need with these boys. Also, he's got crazy good pace as well. But he's got end product. Like when you look at what he's got, and he's young and he can take us that far. When you look at Rashford, the end product isn't exactly where we need it to be. And then you know that he doesn't assist. Like when you look at our players, Garnacho is the one guy that I'm now looking at going, he's the only guy I can look to and go, he'll do something. He'll do something out of nowhere. And Anthony, of course. Sancho doing his thing. But I just think a Gakpo will increase the intensity, the competition between them players to make sure that they're scoring with chances. It's not enough, man. We wasting too many chances with all these.
No, I agree with you, man.
It just hurts, man.
What I'm trying to say is though, Dave, is who are you replacing? Because you can't have 5.
Alanga can sit.
No, Alanga ain't in that list, man. I'm talking about Anthony, Sancho, Rashford, and Garnacho. Out of them 4, Gakpo's replacing one of them, and obviously it looks like it'd be Sancho.
No,
in my mind,
he'll be on the bench and go up front if need be. So, for example, today, Martial comes off, and the Gakpo goes up front.
Yeah, but that means Garnacho doesn't come on and score.
Yeah, but Garnacho came on the left. And
Rashford moved in the centre. So you're talking about the double sub. You take Martial and Rashford off and bring on Gakpo and Garnacho.
What he did is he just swapped the left winger for striker and the striker for left winger.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, if you want a striker on the bench, who was there? There was no striker on the bench today. I would rather. But then what he did is he thought, if Rashford's on the left, and if we bring on someone for Martial, Rashford up front. But then again, you then get in that finishing problem. You got Gakpo up front, fresh legs up front. Treat him as a striker, and then a possible winger if you need him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing him through the centre at 35 mil, that's the exact sort of player I've been talking about for the last few weeks as a backup striker, like 100%. What I don't want to see is another winger come in. Garnacho's minutes gets knocked down, and Dallo comes back. His minutes are gone completely. Palestri's on his way out. And Sancho, it feels to me that it's the last position we need. But if you're going to play him through the centre all day, because from what I've seen of him, the kid's a beast. So all day, mate.
Played up top, I think, against Arsenal in that last game when they beat Arsenal.
Did he really? Oh, there you go then. Yeah.
And he scored a goal. Plus,
we got a good relationship with Ruud Van as well, so he'll give him to us on the cheap. You know what I mean? Like, we'll give him a Langer and 12 mil. We'll take you off your hands. Martial, do you know what people are going to be like? You've just given other people 6s. I'm giving Martial 7 just because. Oh, look at that, Nath. I can't believe it. I thought you'd given 6, mate. Honestly, we do not compare notes before this. I swear to you. I'm giving a 7 because of the lack of minutes he's had and the impact he had again today. His hold-up play, his back to goal. He didn't actually do much if you're talking about goals and assists, but you can tell he can take a ball down with snow on it, with 2 men behind him, pushing him and harassing him, and just take it and pass it off, man. So, 7 for Martial.
Yeah, for me, I like the way he held up the ball, the way he was lending the ball to people, trying to get it back, running at players, getting a few shots in as well. That's all you want to see from him. And he looked dangerous. Like he could score. He looked like he was dangerous enough to go and do something. And Martial, good you come off early so you don't get you injured. You know what? I got a bit scared for him when He played the ball, and then he ran the whole length of the pitch. I'm like, no, what you did? Slow down.
You got your ear to the TV screen to hear that hamstring snap. No, it's all right. It's all right. He's still good.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, he had a good game. To be fair, real hard. Yeah. There's Anthony is a decent squad player, but I don't.
Big goal.
Are you saying Anthony Elanga here? Are you taking off the H by mistake or something? You're not saying
no. We would.
The Brazilian, are you? We are Man United. He is not up to the standard of what I'm used to seeing. He's saying Anthony Elanga. I'm sure
it's got to be Elanga. Yeah, it's Elanga. That's good.
Yeah, add the H, please. Yeah, just put a H in there so I know what you're talking about. Elanga, or just say.
No, but even then, just go Elanga because there's 3 of them now.
We don't want to hear that you're saying it's Anthony, the bad man Anthony, that needs to come back tomorrow. So yeah.
I think people will be surprised as well when Anthony comes back into the team after Christmas, after the Winter World Cup. I think people will be surprised. We've forgotten what he brings, man. You've forgotten already what he brings because we haven't seen enough of him yet. But trust me, that kid is a born baller. So Rashford, can I give him a 7 as well? It's a 6 for Rashford. I'm going 6. There, you've got a 7. It is close. You heard me working out in my brain. It's close. He's done all right again, but again with Rashford, there's too many. He tries flicks all the time that wind me up, mate. Honestly, man, they wind me up, the flicks that he tries, because it's like, bro, you are not about that. And they never go to anyone. Like, they're never any good. Could have done a little bit more on the flank. But again, look, we're beginning to see the old Rashford again, man. So a high 6 isn't a low score for him. I mean that, considering what I saw last season. His pace is back up, his energy's back up. I was worried about him, funnily enough, when he went down with that shoulder thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I was like, I didn't even see that one.
Because once you have an up on your arm, it just saves you for a little bit. The next drop, your arm's gone, mate. It's not going to stick around for the rest of your career. That's what happens. He's talking about Elanga. So.
I say, you know that from experience, though, don't you? Playing with strapped up for a year.
3 operations on this damn shoulder, and I've got the. I think you can see the scars.
Look, that's a meaty one and all.
And the things there.
Can you do the old Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon, though, mate, which is dislocate it and then smash it back in against the wall? Don't even want to think about that.
I'm telling you, mine came out at least 100 times in my life. So it's come out 100 times in the last 2 seasons. In that 2-season period where we got promoted to the Championship, then we got promoted to the Premiership, mate, I can't tell you the amount of times I woke up with my arm hanging out and then it's back inside on its own. It's mad, bro. It's mad.
Let's move on from that horror story, mate.
Rashford got 7. I think he was just lively. He was in amongst it. He worked hard. He was running. He had the chance where that the first shot got saved, and then he got on the second one. I thought he should have been able to get another. I felt he should have been able to put that in. To be fair, I want to see him
100%
put the chances away. I don't want to see you hitting the keeper all the time, Rashi. So Rashi, look at me when I'm talking to you. I need you to put the ball in the corner like Garnacho did. Can you do that for me? You are doing everything. You're doing so well. But the thing is, you should have right now around about 15 goals by now. From the chances he had, you should have 15, 16 goals by now. Same like a Darwin Núñez, isn't it? He missed so many.
He should definitely be in double figures, Nate. He 100% should be minimum 12, like saying, to 15, 16 goals already, man. Yeah. With the chances he's had. But yeah, he's got everything else right at the moment. He just needs to get, because his power shots are great, but like, mate, try and get him a little bit away from the goalkeeper. Then you're causing him dramas. And exactly what you're just saying there. Make the decision to do what Garnacho did, which is just roll it in sometimes, mate. It doesn't have to be 100-mile-per-hour pile driver every time you break through.
5 miles an hour. The goal if you just put it in the corner. You see, look, I know he came on. I ain't even going to really give him anything.
5, 6, yeah.
Didn't really do that good today. No. He had a header that he should have scored straight away, and then
the second header. What was that all about? The one from the edge of the box,
I'm trying to score. Wait a minute.
Trying to score a 20-yard header, mate, with a slow ball. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, maybe next time bring that one down, and then pass it to someone, and then maybe we get a shot. Flipping, Maguire, McTominay.
To be fair, listen, McTominay, he played a couple. He done a little bit more today in centre midfield than he usually does. A couple of nice spread passes, but yeah, that header, that header is everything that I'm talking about. Like, you've in the dire moments of the game, I know he scored a winner for us before, but you've got to be putting that away if you want to be classed as Man United's main centre midfielder. You just have to be. Same as what we're saying about with Rashford. If he doesn't start putting these away, then questions have to start being asked again. You know what I mean? So,
but we're talking about this now.
Oh, mate, the boy's got fire in his heels, Nath. I'm a dirty cockney myself, mate. So, true Man United fan from down south.
Me too. I'm actually lived in London most of my life, so
south
until I got to 17. Yeah, so 2 till 17. So yeah, it's been a long time.
But Garnacho, mate, this kid, bro. Like, I was just saying in one of my mates' groups because my mate Fitz was like, I can see it. Yeah, no one played exceptional with Dane. No one did. But I was just saying here to my mate was like, I've not even seen him. Is he that good? I keep hearing about him. I was like, mate, this kid, bro, he's got everything. If he continues on this trajectory, if he keeps his nose to the grindstone, works hard, builds up everything, he's already got the base level of being an app. Like right now, he's, you know what I mean? Like, I know you like to talk about FIFA, but like on a FIFA, he's an 84 right now. I don't want to hear about his pace, his power on the ball. Yeah. At 18, man, the speed, the both feet, left foot, right foot finishing, the pass the other day. I know we're talking about this game, but the pass the other day against Villa showed another part of his game that he can do. He's obviously got a good pass on him, but mainly what you keep talking about, mate, it's the speed and directness attacking players, man. It scares the living bejesus out of any fullback. When he's come, you saw him, man, they're like, nah, mate, I ain't even putting a foot in. And so
you know what
wonderful
it is?
player.
What it is when you're able to go both ways, it makes a massive difference. This guy can do anything. When you look at him, when he gets on it, he can beat anyone for pace. Who's he not going to be able to beat? Anyone. And when you jink and you drop a shoulder and you can see that the player loses his balance or is going one way, he can then take advantage of that little mistake in the defender's movement.
Yeah. Then
he kills you. And then when they get tight to him, he pops it off. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what to do at the right times at the moment for what I'm seeing. Even when there isn't that much in behind space, he doesn't just go knocking it and it goes out of play. He's like, I've just knocked it too far. He doesn't often do that, does he? He's controlling of the ball. He's not how fast to knock the ball and sprint onto it. He's just got it all at the minute, and he's 18, mate. 18.
It's a joke.
All he has to do is keep doing exactly this.
Yeah,
and that's it. He's got.
That's what I mean.
By next year, 50 million by the start of this next year. Then probably 80 million by the next year if he continues doing this and gets 15 goals, 10 goals. Oh, mate. Telling you.
Who would look at this player right now? And I mean, right now, like his contract till 2026, what you've just seen, you're talking 40 mil for him right now, and that'd be so cheap. That'd be so cheap, it's disgraceful because of his potential. Listen, I understand, let's not get too excited about it because there's a lot of young players I've seen. There's a lot of young players I've seen who haven't made it, but not as many as like this, man. That's what I'm saying. Not as many who have got everything at their disposal at 18, like this kid has. You know what I mean? Like, it's a joke, man. I just hope. Well, I said, like I said, nose to the grindstone. Keep your nose clean. Concentrate on your football for a couple of years, mate. You'll be literally one of the best players in the world on this trajectory.
100%, Garf. Here's something that I'm gonna say that some people, they're not going. They may not understand where I'm coming from here. But look, when I see Garnacho day one against this season, pre-season against
the pre-season game,
whatever in it.
Yeah.
I could see straight away what he's got. Straight away that can happen, that you can do that against everyone. So I'm going to give you an example now. Everyone was talking about Tony yesterday, how good he was and how good he is, and he should definitely come United because of this. And I watched his goals. I'm like, yeah, good goals, yeah. But why is everyone going crazy over Tony's goals, them goals? I'm looking at it thinking, how? How is that? Why are they saying he's like a 90 rated player when he's not? Because of that.
I think it's just a general game, mate. I think it was just a general game yesterday. It is more, just the goals, man.
It reminds me of like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin performance when he was on fire. Because he's great in the air. He's great in the 6-yard box. He does all of that hard work there. So for me, I can't see why people made him, like, straight away that there made them say, oh, he's unbelievable. He's good. He scored. He done well. Yeah, he done well.
No, 100%.
And that's it. Stop putting him to the higher level. I don't understand it. But
no, this is the football fan, man, isn't it? This is what happens now. So this is what happens. Like you get excited about players. I've obviously been talking about Tony for a while now, and I don't think he's going to be one of the world's best players. I just think he suits the system. But everything you say is entirely right, man. Like, he's just a top end average baller. You know what I mean? Like that, just below that international class. You know what I mean? That's why he's not in the England team. That is why he's not in the England team. Like I think he should be over Callum Wilson personally.
He should,
I really do.
I would take
but but he isn't Harry Kane level. He isn't.
That's what I mean.
He isn't that level. I know you've been coming from, man, all the time. And all I kept saying is if you could get him for 35, 40 mil, which you can't anymore, he's English, you're talking 60 mil for him, I'd take him. But the moment we start talking silly money for him, 60, 70, 80 mil, get out of him. Absolutely not, mate. No way.
I wanted that to happen.
No. People getting too excited about that, mate. Yeah, too excited. He's just a good player who I think will suit the system really well with his power and his. Because let's face it, you are right. When you really put him up against any other of the Premier League strikers, he doesn't beat them in any category, really. He doesn't beat them for pace. He doesn't beat anyone, for like football IQ. Like his hold-up play isn't that much better than a Martial, if at all. Or like an old. So it's just a general package, though. I think he works for the team, man. I do.
Yeah, and I think he works very well in his team. He works very well in his own team, where everything that happens with that team it works very well. Like his own strike partner, very good to work with, winning balls together, pace between them. Like they're able to hurt defenses because they have pace down the wings. They have players who can counter attack. It's really, really good. So anyway, it's not about Tony. I'm not trying to kill him. He's a good player, very good player. I like him, but I just want people to see players for what they are and not goals means you're the best. Like it doesn't. Look at the type of goals you score, and then think right. And that's what my friends were saying the same thing about Calvert-Lewin a couple of years ago. I'm like, you want Calvert-Lewin, yeah? You think that he's the best? He's the next best thing. I'm like, he's not better than Richarlison. I'm like, he's not better than Richarlison. So why would you want the second best player in Everton to come to United? I didn't understand it. And they were like, nah, trust me, he's going to be the best. I'm like, okay, cool. He's a good player. He's very good player. Very fast, will shut you down, scores goals in the 6-yard box. But if you're playing against the Bayern Munich, you're playing against a Barca, and playing against any of these massive teams, and it's tight, and you need someone to pull something out of nothing, that's not the kind of play I'm looking for. I want someone else. So don't even bother. Don't even bother. Block user.
Yeah, do you know what? I was just doing it, man. I thought, do you know what? We better not both do this because someone's going to press start. But yeah, Ballbit, what a wonderful win. I agree with you, man. Like we do need it. But Tony, and the other thing with Tony as well, Nath, man, is if Martial stays fit and continues this performance level, then we don't need Tony at all. I was talking about that backup striker when we were without Martial. So you get into that realm again because a fully firing, all guns blazing Martial is better than Tony. So again, if it was cheap enough, I would take him in a heartbeat if it was 30, 35 mil. But it ain't going to be now, is it? Because especially now everyone's talking about him as his best thing, mate. So, Ten Hag.
Last man.
It'd be a 6 if he didn't make that last sub, mate. So it's a 7 overall. It's a 7 overall, man, because he did make that last sub and changed the game for us in the end. So
it's a hard one. I was going to give him an 8 because he got the win. And we've got injuries everywhere, and he's the right side, and we've won the game away from home. We went through a wobbly spell, and we're in transition, and he made the right subs again, and we won. We won. We got it right again after we lost against Villa. We got it right the next game, beat them up 4-2, and now we've come here, and he knows what to expect, and he beat them. It's when he doesn't know what to expect. First game against Villa, he didn't know what to expect. New manager, didn't know nothing about the previous games or nothing. So it kind of caught him by surprise. But when he knows everything, not often do they whoop you. Does he get it wrong? I'm going to give him a 7.
I can see it. Yeah, I think I'm getting very hung up on that defensive-minded substitution he made in that second half. And I probably am getting too hung up on it, especially considering he made amendments to it and then won us the game with his substitution. So I can see where you're coming from, mate. Yeah, so maybe I'm getting a little too hung up on that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, look, it's been fun. It's 43 minutes already. Got to go. Well up to half an hour now, guys. Thank you for your input. It's been unbelievable. See some new faces again. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification so you can get every time we come on. Because after each game, we do post it straight after each game, and you've got like 15 minutes to get ready. So if you don't have notifications on, you won't see that come through, and you'll miss out and have to watch it on repeat. But anyway,
I'm just going to throw this up for you, Nate. This is the current score. I've just updated it, mate. 11 points in it, bro. Still, that big double win that you got on me, mate, is still keeping you in front, bro. So
love it. I said we'll win today as well. You said we'll win. So
yeah. You got 5, I got 6 today. Yeah, I got 1 for the extra point for the goal scorer, didn't I? So
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
No bad. All right, guys. Well, what are we? We're here. Well, you're going to be on the morning show, aren't you? On which day?
Monday. Tomorrow morning, yes. And 9 o'clock tomorrow I'm on.
So make sure you watch Garf on tomorrow morning on the morning roundup. And then you'll see us on the weekly show this week coming up as well. We might have a few bits and pieces since the matches are going to be finished now. So we're going to think about a few nice little things of the past with Man United, things connected to United. The case for a few different players that I'm thinking about, like the Donny case. I'm going to talk about that. I want to talk about the Martial case again. I don't know.
Oh, I see, Nath. I see you putting all these debates up while I'm away for 2 weeks, are you, mate? I see your game, mate. I see it, bro.
One-sided debate, innit? Good.
Whoever's coming in on Nath, don't be softballing him. Whoever's coming in to take these debates on.
I'll kill him. I'll kill them all. You know what I'm like? I'll kill them all.
Just be prepared for stats. Just be prepared for lots of stats that are going to ruin your argument immediately. So.
But look, it's been great, Garf. It's been great, people. Everyone.
Pleasure.
And look, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you tune in for Garf in the morning. And once again, we say stay safe and peace out.